It's your old pal John Hart, and let's paint something today. The way we're doing this thing, we're videoing the first half of a painting on one week, and then the next week I'm finishing it up. And usually it's sitting right here looking at me during the week, and I walk past it. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I've been looking at this one, and it's kind of making me sick. I don't like the colors, and I know it's not gonna be that color, but it's throwing me off so much that I need to address it, and I've been kind of overthinking it, but I'm gonna change that right now. I'm gonna jump into it and get some paint on there. But I know what I want to do first is I want to get some greens on those aliens, because I am pretty confident the aliens are gonna be green. And right now, I think we talked about this the last episode too, is they look like they're sperms. They might be spermish, but I kind of want to adjust that a little bit. I kind of want to go back to the original design and give them like arms going up, so as if they're diving into something, because I want to really kind of give a sense of movement and direction and motion. I think the arms will help guide us up, because right now it could look as if they're just hanging out in space around the moon, but I kind of want to give a little sense of movement, and hopefully this will be part of the answer. So that's where we're going, and I'm going to start painting right away. So the things I want to fix are, the shapes are pretty good. I want the heads a little rounder on top, because the aliens, they have big brains. That's why their heads are so fucking big, because they got these giant brains, so it's so much more room up here than we have. So that's why they have such big heads. They have the big brains. So I'm just gonna make sure the heads are nice and big at the top, and they don't come to a point, because I don't think aliens are really like cone heads. It could be, but I'm trying to get a nice sharp line here with the green, and I think I'm gonna put a little bit of retarder in there just so it doesn't get too dry too quick. And that's nice and wet. I'm getting a nice crisp line, which I need. I was really loosey-goosey last time, and I'm gonna get those lines pretty well defined. I'm going all the way down here. And then he's going to be more that color than anything else. Look at that. I'm mixing the paint. It's already giving that kind of shimmery thing going on there. So let me get a bigger brush. This is too little. It's making me nervous. So if I can get more. That's the green. Shit, that just took away all that stress I had over this wrong color being on there. You see, you don't have to worry about this. It fixes itself. You see how it's really, the dark I already put on there is almost dry. It's pretty dry. That's the magic of acrylic. Okay, and I'm putting just a nice thin coat over here, so some of the underpainting is coming through, so, and I'll need a little bit of white, because white is magical. Yeah, so like this guy, and I know it's gonna work good on this guy, but this guy, I kind of like, let's see, I'm thinking I'm gonna put arms. I think I still want the sperm thing going on, but I want him to have arms too. And I think if you're doing that, the arms, let's say, let's just play with this. The arms should go something like that. Yeah, that kind of makes sense a little bit. He needs a little bit of a shoulder, or when it's up, it's not a shoulder, it's more of an armpit indent. Right, so we got the armpit indent there. Same thing, it's going to be kind of in front. Oh, look at that, you see? And he's kind of like grooving around. I'm back to the grooving thing. Okay, I'm back to it. Okay, that just fixed a worry I was having. And it's no longer a worry, it's just a fleeting thought. I'm getting a little detail-y here, and I want to get that out of the way. Okay, so that's two arms going up, and this side's going to be darker. I think I need a different brush. I think I need a flatter brush. It's pretty cool. So let me guess. The edges, yeah, this is nice. This is what I need. I need to get the brush nice and saturated. I think that way. Yeah, we're getting a nice crisp line. Okay, and that gives a sense of movement up. I need him to taper off a little bit differently. So I'm getting the edges are dark because when you're further away, you're darker, and the inside is going to be light because when you're closer, you're kind of lighter. At least that's what I believe. That's nice, and that I kind of twisted the brush around. It gave it a nice kind of blended in look to the side. I need you darker out here and wider. So that's the vibe here. Let me get all of them like that. Let me get all of them this color and all of them with their, you know, and this one doesn't even look like it's diving. It kind of looks like it's doing that that Indian dance, that thing like that. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with him. But we'll see what the next guy does. Maybe the next guy will look like he's, I don't know, doing something weird. All right, let's see. Oops. I want to get kind of, I want to do this quick though. I want to do it quick, but I also kind of want to be pretty exact, so I don't know how this goes. So let's see, this guy's arm is going like that, and this one's going like that. And now this one looks like it might be following a path. So, okay, we got the arm and now the back of the head. Got to get the head nice and green. And then this is the arm. That's nice because it looks like this arm's in front of the head and that one's behind it, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. And this guy's going off the canvas because he doesn't want to be totally exposed. And they're kind of naked. Maybe I should put clothes on them. I think I'd be really embarrassed if someone painted like a naked picture of me. That's not my thing. I find that kind of embarrassing. Not that there's anything to be embarrassed about, but let's go on a different subject. I'm getting a little too personal here, guys. So I'm just defining the movement of the body and the shape of the limbs and getting it nice and green because we love that beautiful green. Look at how well it just blends into this darker green. So I kind of got that shape. This is the outside of his head. And this is the inside of his arm, so I'm just really being kind of careful about how I'm placing these things. This arm is in front. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me get this guy. This guy's gonna be yellow because he's not quite an alien. I think the original thing was for him to be a rubber ducky. He looks like a panda to me now, but I want to keep him a rubber ducky, so I'm gonna force the panda out of him. I wonder if there's a way to do a hybrid panda rubber ducky. There's gotta be. There's got to be. I'll see if I can address that. Oh, he's spermific, this guy. He is extremely spermish. Spermish, of or pertaining to sperm. Or maybe spermy is the definition, is the word for that definition. Okay, I'm gonna get some of you here. I'm gonna paint over the eyes, it doesn't matter where they are. I'm gonna probably replace them anyway, put them in a different spot, or I think when I get to the eyes, that'll be, once all this is done, the eye, what's going on here will tell me where I need to put the eyes. That's I kind of want those higher. I can take my time with this. See how nice that blends in with the color next to it. Let me see what that white does. The white is right. The white is right. The white is right. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting looser, baby. That's what I need to do. Get looser. Get the white up top there. Same thing here. And again, with this acrylic, you gotta kind of act fast because it's gonna dry on you. It's gonna dry. It's pretty cool looking though. I painted like this a lot when I first started drawing and painted. I always liked doing like these tubular things, and I would kind of get all naughty and stuff, and it was cool. It's meticulous trying to draw the tubes, and not just draw the shape of the tubes, but draw the dimensions of the tube. Here we go. We're getting a nice dark down here on this side, and I'm getting back to getting loose, and it's getting a little more character. So remember, kiddies, Lucy is good enough. All right. I'm just gonna kind of have to go back and forth with glazes of light and dark to kind of make this look believable. And getting some dark here. The dark is kind of looking like it might be a shadow from the arm. Right. And we will have more light on this side because that's our light source. And that's a good vibe. If I can kind of keep doing that, I'm putting some paint down, I'm letting it dry just a little bit, and I'm going back and mixing it in, and I'm still keeping a little bit of the concentration of the white, but I'm just smearing it around a little bit, and it kind of seems to work. So right now I'm just building up the greens, the dark parts, the light parts, and getting that awful orange look away from it. It was awful. I saw it and it made my stomach turn. I think I was an eccentric, rich English lady in a past life. My name was Madame Jortt. I don't know what my name was. I'm not that creative. I can't come up with cool names. What? Oh, let's come up with cool names. What would be a good name for me if I was an eccentric Englishwoman from the 1800s? I'm going to my 10-year-old self and going like Madam Buttface. No, let's not do that. I don't want to be Madam Buttface. Alright. Alright, that green is coming on there pretty good. Alright, he's looking like pretty solid. He's looking like he has some matter to him. See? See the magic that happens when you start just throwing on paint and getting really loose? It just comes to life. Alright. A little more white up here. Oops. Clean off the brush a little bit. Just a little bit before you start putting more colors on there. And this guy. Okay. I'm really happy with the colors because this was driving me bonkers. This I think was going to be the moon. It might be the moon. Maybe I'll make it like a peach or something. I don't know. Let's get some yellow on this guy. Let's get some yellow on the ducky. I have this Hansa yellow. It says it's transparent, so I'll try a little bit of that and see the vibe I'm getting from it. It might work well over the nasty color. Alright, so I'm going to take some of this and just do a little watered down look on here. This is my rubber ducky color, that's for sure. That is a rubber ducky color. Yeah. And I think I'm going to have to check my reference, my rubber ducky reference, because I did one last time I painted this. I had a piece there, but I moved it and I don't have it here anymore, so I'm going to have to refer to the photograph of it. That looks pretty good. Let me get my other yellows on here. That's like a transparent, and I have another one. It looks the same, but it says it's opaque, so I'll put it right next to it. You can see it's a little, you can see on the palette it's a little more opaquer than that, but we'll see. So, you like how I pointed that out to the camera up there? I'm paying attention, dude, just a little bit. So this guy, this is gonna be this burnt sienna is gonna be my dark for this rubber ducky. So, and I'm probably gonna move to something even darker, but this is always my go-to kind of shadow color for yellows. I think I need a different brush. It's too big. Yeah, I think here, I need to get the edges first, like I did here. Let's follow the whole formula for drawing a solid, Johnny. Outline it with something dark, right? There we go. Just outline the thing. It doesn't matter if it doesn't need to be there or not. Just outline the whole thing. You know where it is. Alright. There you go. Figure out where the light source is. It's coming from there, so it's going to be kind of darker on this side, right? And it's going to be dark under here because that's kind of, it's not only on this side, it's underneath too. So see if that makes sense. And then just go back and forth with the lights and the darks. So that's where our light source is. So this side's going to be pretty light. So I want to get some more of the uber bright yellow. Yeah, that was rubber ducky color. And I just want to kind of get a kind of a random kind of mixy in there. That looks kind of good. And then I want more white up here. And then I think I'll just figure out where the eyes and the beak go again. Alright, let me get some of this yellow down here. And then some white right on top of it. I'm going to mix it in. Let's see. Let's see if we can blend that like that. It looks alright. Let's do the other side, see how that works. Same thing. Do kind of a little wiggly thing. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's getting there. More white in the middle. And I think I actually need this a whole lot more yellowy altogether. So we'll just put some big flobs of yellow there to say this is yellow. It's not brown, it's yellow. Alright. There's some more yellow up here. Alright. Someone is snooping around in my studio. Stop your snooping, like a big flob of brown in there, but that's okay. I think I need that. Okay. And I'm gonna take kind of a drier brush if I can find one. Seems sort of dry-ish. It's sort of out of whack. So I just want to kind of just blend these colors in a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of good. I think that still isn't dark enough, but it's too brown. So I need to maybe get some red or magenta or something in there. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And you know what? I want more of this damn yellow because it's so beautiful. There we go. That's the vibe I'm looking for. Let me get some of the transparent stuff down here. I think that'll look good. And I'm going to take that splotchy look all the way down here. Maybe that'll help make this work out better. This is something I feel like I have to step back and take a look at it. Okay, and there's too much white there, so I'm gonna just mix you in. I kind of like that, but these guys have, I want you to have those two, the arms going up. I think this brush will do. So, let's see, where is his beak is, I think his beak is going to be lower. And there's an eye here, and an eye there. Something like that. I think an eye here would be better. Let's see how this eye works. I kind of like that one better. Yeah. Shit, I kind of almost want to put this way back here. The eye. Let's see. Alright. We're just playing. We're playing. We don't know what's going on. I kind of like that. It's super creepy. Yeah, and bring the beak here. And the other eye we can pull off over here. That's good. Maybe not the best, but I don't want to overthink it. Okay. You down there. And get some more white up here. Alright, good. Back to these. No. I wanted to do the arms. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the arms on this guy. So his arm is going to go like that. Like that. Okay. And it's kind of okay if it looks like weird and out of place. You know, it doesn't quite work 100%. if you kind of got the vibe, a little bit of it, just stick with it. I'm not quite there with this yet, and this other arm's going to be coming up over here, so he's going to be... Yeah, I'm okay with all that. And this guy needs to have an arm too. He's going. He's going. Okay, this one's in front, and then there's another one coming up back, just like that. All right. Let me just define these arms better. Both the top one and the other one that isn't the top. That's nice. This is taking a nice turn. I was a little concerned about what was going on, but now I'm not as concerned. It doesn't matter. And you know what? I know I'm going to do one of these and it's just going to turn out like shit. And that happens. You just sometimes... You just paint something that's just kind of a piece of shit or it doesn't work. So, and you got to be okay with that. And that's... If you can look at it as like... You know, a learning thing. It's like, oh, I figured out, you know, after the fact, I figured out what I could have done to make it right. Or even if you didn't figure it out, if you recognize what's going wrong with your painting, I think that's good enough, because you're gonna know next time, oh, I'm not gonna do this stupid thing with the mixing and the paint and the blah 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 blah. So let me get you down here more. Good. Just trying to define what's going on underneath this round head of his. I think I'm going to make it a lot more obvious that he has a round head. Alright. That's kind of coming together. Still a little sloppy, but I'm okay. They call me Sloppy Bob. Sloppy Bob. So I'm going to kind of get more detail-y on this. I'm not quite sure where we are on time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, you see how his arm is coming out? I kind of like it. It looks a little weird in some places, but I need to get a darker dark on here. The this brown kind of works with the yellow okay, but it doesn't get too dark. So I think I'm going to get, just using my magenta, we're going to make some darky here. Maybe I'll mix it in with the brown, maybe it'll be as pleasing as I think it might be. Yeah, that's just a good color, this magenta. And okay, Johnny, let's stay loose. I think I'm just getting too tight there and getting too anal retentive. Get that nice fluid line. Look at you. Get that nice splotch of dark down there. Dark for the eye. You see how it's coming together, man? You just start flopping paint on there and stop thinking so hard about everything else. You let the paint talk for you. Let the paint do the decision making for you. I like that. And since this is a duck, all ducks' bills are like orange. So I don't care if you disagree. I'm making you an orange bill because that's the only way we can paint a duck's bill. Unless we have that thing called a creative license, then we can do whatever you want, right? There we go, just a little bit of orange. See, and then I'm going to put a little bit of white on top of there to say, hey, this is the top of the bill. That's loose enough. I'm going to do the same thing with the eyes. Get a little bit of white underneath to say, hey, these guys are, there's some sort of ridge there. That he looks like he's crying here. I don't want him to cry. I'm sorry, buddy. I want you to make you maybe not gleeful, but not crying. You look like a concerned ducky. All the concerned ducks want to know why this guy's painting. That was on the news the other day. Concerned ducks. All right, that's looking good. You know what? I want to get more of this like super raw yellow on there. There you go. I think, you know what? I'm okay with this getting loose like this, and that's what it needs. Now, if I can remember to do this, get this looseness throughout the entire painting, and I will. I'm gonna do the same thing with these guys. Get really loose with this brush, or maybe another brush, but I like this brush. And just keep some very definite lines in there, like these red things here. Yeah, that's pretty good. And let's get like a little shadow under this beak here. Maybe there was one there already. That's good. It'll make you even lighter under there. A little bit more red here. And you know what? Let me go there. Let me just try and keep these really raw lines around this with a little wiggle action, and I think that might give it a really good feel. Let's just do that. Kind of outline everything with a nice, heavy, wiggly red line. I'm okay with this. I'm okay so far until I'm not. I think I might want a little more yellow in here for sure, but yeah, that's what's happening. So I've got a little more yellow in there, a lot more yellow right up here, and it's nice. It's kind of mixing in with the red pretty nice without getting muddy. And I'm gonna make you guys super dark. Your eyes are dark. I'm putting some of that dark green in here just to let you know that your eyes are dark. I'm gonna put just a hair of it down here to indicate where. Yeah, that was so wet. That's good enough. Let me step back. Oop. Something is not right here. I feel like the back of his head needs to come out there. I think the curve of his arm and the back of the head are so close that it's kind of... But I'm not gonna overthink. Okay, that reads, this is in front of this, and that's all I need to know. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna do the same really loose stuff with this, and this. I think I can knock that out pretty quick. This was originally gonna be a moon. It might still be a moon, but I'm going to figure that out. So right now I'm still sticking with these three colors for the aliens. This light, like yellow, green, this dark transparent green, and the white. I might throw a little yellow in there, but probably not too much. I'm going down here with this. And I need some more white. Just gonna get kind of a more organic looking line going around the edge so it doesn't look so polished. And that is exactly what this needs. If all else fails, loosen up, baby. Fucking loosen up. Look at this. That is magical. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but I'm feeling really good about this. I'm going to move and stand up a little bit here. My legs, my leg. Oh, I feel so good stretching. Okay, pretty good about that. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of you next to the dark, right? Because it's still wet and it's kind of burbling and blending in. I don't know what the right word is. Burble blend. Some of that, I got a rag here. And I think I want to get some more heavy whites right up here. Ooh, there's lots of that other color in there. Looks kind of reddish. I did a painting one time and I titled it Reddish, and it was a red radish. It was, the titling of that was just outstanding. I've yet had such luck with titling a piece after a reddish. And then I did a companion piece too, and the title of that was Greenish, because it was a green radish. I can do all three at the same time, because I already have one layer of it, but of the green, but the kind of that orange color beneath it it's still kind of holding it back, and you can see in this one. So I'm going to get a little more of this super bright, brilliant green on here. Just do one more layer and kind of make it nice and loosey-goosey, right? And I think, let me see. Okay, I kind of got that all done. Let's see if I bet you I can do those. This makes like a pretty straight line, but I think I can make kind of something more organic-y like this. Organic-y. I'm seeing the words organic and anarchy. That would be a good title to an appropriate piece, or like a song, organic-y, organic anarchy. It's gotta mean something to someone. There we go. That outside one. Oh, he's the best. He's my favoritist. Not favoritist. Or maybe it is my favoritist. Favoritist. Okay, here's another word I'm making up. A favoritist. It sounds like someone who belongs to the favorite party, that political party that, I don't know what the favorite party, the favoritists, I don't know what their platform is. Maybe they oppose anything that isn't favorited by the masses. You see, doesn't his arm look good? And he's kind of moving now. He's kind of got a good flow. I'm kind of make him bigger because I kind of overdid it there. I'm really happy with this. Got lots of that green on there. I think this is the part where I should sit down again, because it's, yes, I'll be closer to the painting. We're getting there. This is kind of just detail-y stuff that you got to go over. It's not too much. I kind of want to do something with that moon up there. I kind of want to like chomp off a piece, like Have you ever seen like the moon depicted as like a, you know, like a quarter moon, but it's actually chomped out like that? I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'll just do it. I'll do it when I do it, and I'm gonna do it real soon when I'm done with these guys. These guys are pretty close to done. A little bit of white in here too, right there. Right there. Yeah, and sometimes when you like throw that white in the just a different place, or just make it super brilliant, it'll kind of create like this highlight, or like almost like what looks like a beam of light showing on that spot for a reason. And people again will say, well, you know, they'll subconsciously notice that white there and their eyes will dart to it, I think. There we go. A little more white down here. White down there. That looks nice too, because it's kind of thinned out here, so it looks pretty good. It's not going on so pure. And then I'm just wiggling it in a little bit. That looks pretty good. This needs to be kind of mixed in. This light here needs to be mixed in, blended next to this dark. So, and that looks pretty cool like that. Okay, I'm okay with that. All right, let's figure out where these guys' eyes are. I keep seeing more spaces that need a little bit something. That looks pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, let's find where your eyes go. We had you before. We'll just put you in again. And I'm almost done with this dark stuff. Maybe I'm gonna make the eyes dark. Maybe I'll lighten them up some, but I'm gonna make them dark for now. So I think I want to say these guys' eyes in general should be pretty low, like right there. Yeah, you seem like a good space to be an eye. Same thing here. I'm trying to get them up at about the same angle. Kind of, sort of, good enough, right? That's going up, and this guy, he's almost looking like he's kind of looking down. And that's all I need is the eyes. That's all we need to indicate the aliens. I don't think we need faces, but I'm gonna try that anyway. I'm gonna see if I can put some happy faces on there, like they're pretty happy. And let's see if just what this smile thing is, because I always expect them to be kind of miserable like that, but let's see. Let's erase that. Oop, 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 oop. Too much wet. Right. Now that's, even though he has a smile, it's an evil smile. Yeah, I kind of like the smiles. Yeah, you have to have some sort of, and they're not even, they're almost like knowing smiles, so you can go anywhere with that. And, you know, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but aliens don't have lips. I think the only reason we have lips is because we eat so much. And aliens, they get their nutrients by what is that, osmosis, by being near things that have nutrients in them, or they eat human beings. That's probably more like it. So I don't know why they don't have lips. I guess if I put lips on it, they'd have lips. Maybe I'll put some lips on these guys, see how they look. But Mr. Hart, how do you draw a lip? This is how you draw a lip. You take a little bit of something dark and you kind of put a little slash under the mouth crack like that, and that's almost a lip. That's a bottom lip. And just to help make it look more lippy, you kind of put a little light on the top to indicate there's light coming from the top. So you got the highlight and the shadow. And I think that's good. And sometimes, if you want to indicate a top lip, I don't want to get too... No, I don't want to do that. It's getting too snoopy. Sloopy is the word, not snoopy. That was my first dog, Snoopy. And I remember we got him. I was like 4 years old, and Dad came home with this puppy, and we were sitting around. We're like, "What should we name him? What should we name him?" And I was a little kid, and I said, "I want to name him the dog at Charlie Brown." And Snoopy it was. The Charlie Brown dog. I like Charlie Brown. So I think we're pretty done with that. This is too white right here. Right? That's good. The lip is there. I'm pretty good with these guys. And I'm gonna make this a moon. Oh, and I'm gonna make this another tail. So we know someone has left the area. I need a little bit more. Right, here it is. Oh, it's so wet. It's so wet. Oh, it's gonna drip all over the place. There we go. And that's good enough. I know it's still dripping, but whatever. Okay, so I want to dress this moon now, and I kind of think I want this moon to be... Let me try something. I think I have an idea. I think I mentioned it before, how I wanted to make like a chunked out moon. So I'm gonna try and kind of match the background. That was some blue I used there. And black. And I'm gonna get just another. Is that dark? No, this isn't the dark blue. Yes, it is. Phthalo blue. It's the dark blue, which I like so much. So I kind of want to make this a moon that has like a big chunk bitten out of it. So I'm gonna somehow make that back into the background. So that looks okay. And then let me see if I can articulate this right. So this right here is the total chunk that's bitten out that you can see past from the moon, but the bite mark that you see is gonna be here, and I hope I'm doing this right. So let's see if I'm making this look right. So this is, and I think I'm gonna make this moon blue just because I got so much blue on here already. So it doesn't quite look right yet. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a light blue. Let me get my light blues out. Can I almost see that it's chunked out, but it doesn't quite look right yet, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Come on, dude. My squirt hole is clogged. No, it isn't. And you know what? I'm gonna make it a little more greeny too. I got some blue green I'm gonna use. It looks pretty good. And then just mix that with the white. I think what's happening here is very wet, and it's dripping down into the white. So I want this to be edge of the moon. So I think I need to okay, this is kind of not as straightforward as I thought it would be, and this is something I probably would have liked to have a reference, but that's okay. About as smart as they get here, except not always. Okay, so we're making you nice and dark here, right? You're heading back to the far side of the moon. You're going up there. And what I'm seeing is this white spot here is where the chunk is bitten out of, and it's coming together. I think what's throwing me off is this mess up here, since it's not blending in the way I kind of expected it to. Yeah, this will just need another. But I kind of see it now. I kind of see what I need to do now. Okay, I'm going to use this dark brush. And I'm going to start doing this. These nice outlines that may or may not look like craters or bumps on the moon. And it might not even be the moon. It might be like, it might be just something in the sky. Lucy in the sky. Okay, this is not working the way I want it to. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go, ah! That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so right now we have kind of a glow, right, around here because of all this stuff I smooshed in. Okay, and I'm just gonna draw one moon that is green, and I think I'm gonna use a dark green instead of a dark blue as the edge, and I'm going to use some super white highlights. So let's try this again. So we got, it didn't work, and I don't want to do it, so I'm going to try something else. Right? I didn't get that effect I wanted. I'll have to do it another time when I'm less pissed off at the painting. Okay. Yeah, there we go, Johnny. Don't get too pissed off at the painting. Yeah, I think I was trying to force something that just wasn't working. So I think next time I will have to think it out a little differently, or approach it a little differently. I think. This looks like the Earth now. Okay, yeah, maybe we got the Earth instead of the moon. Ooh, let's do that. Let's do the Earth. So we got some Earth-like shapes in here with, like, you know, the land and the sea and the swirly kind of things you see on Earth, right? There we go. I'm in a better place. There you go. I went from like a little pissed off to like, hey, we got something else going on here. So I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? I believe you are. And actually, let me get some of that other green. Is there some on this palette? There's a little bit on this palette. That super light green. I think just a little bit on there might help with things. Maybe, maybe not. No, I don't like how that's going. I'll just stick with this color thing. Okay, same thing, the light's coming from here. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Just get that kind of that vibe that like, okay, there's some kind of maybe land or something going on here. It's more than just dark space. And I'm kind of, what I'm doing, I'm just kind of poking and just moving a little bit with the brush. Yeah, it seems to be working. And some more of the white. And push the light areas forward. And the dark areas back. And you should have something going on. I think that is where I want to be. And one other thing, I kind of want this to be a little glowy around there, as if the earth is the glowing thing. I like this. So I'm going to take just a little bit of the paint thinner. This isn't paint thinner. I keep calling it paint thinner. It's just like a medium. And that's not even a medium. That's a retarder, but I'm going, this is retarder too. Oh, this is the slow drying matte medium, so this is the one I want. I want to get this super thin, and I could probably just do it with water. I feel like the medium is a better choice, and I kind of want to just go around here. If I can, hopefully it'll stay nice and wet, so I can kind of take another brush and kind of move around the edges so it looks like it's growing and there's no ugh. Oh, this has yellow paint on it. Man, I'm a mess today. I'm a mess today, but that's okay. Yeah, this is good. Oh, get in there. It's starting to dry. Come on, I got it. Yeah. I just didn't want those tight lines around here. And I think, yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks as if it's glowing. Alright, let me take a look from afar. I kind of like that. Same thing. Okay, I think that's the vibe I'm looking for. Right there, I get that. Kind of painterly look. Yeah. It's frustrating sometimes when you say, oh, I got this idea and I want this to look like a certain way, and you're just not getting it to work. I wasn't getting that last thing to work, so. But I'm okay with this. Option number 2 works. Yeah, and he looks like a big rock in the sky. I just saw something back here too. I kind of wanted, I feel like it wasn't really bright enough down here on his tail. Same thing here. This is a nice, pretty yellow. I like that. It's so bright. Get you up here. That's pretty good. There's some over-paintery stuff here. I feel like I want to do something else with the background, but you know, I'm gonna move it on. If I can just get a little blue there. Oh, that's nice. That looks really nice. That, because that last time I splattered those white dots on them, they kind of look starry, but they're too white. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take just a little bit of this blue and some of this medium, and let me get a rag that isn't so gnarly. And let's see how this works. I'm going to go there, kind of get over it, and smush it in a little bit. Yeah. So that's good. And it's giving everything a bluer vibe, but that's okay. So all these things that are here. And I'm just using this to kind of not have any areas so that it doesn't look like a second layer, which it is. Let's see. Okay. All right, this was a tough one today. I feel like I struggled with this a lot. But I'm okay. I'm really okay with where it is. I think I'm gonna get a little wet here. Get wet. I'm trying to be careful, so I know some of this other paint's still wet. I don't want to schmutz it around. There you go. And it kind of gives it a kind of a... The stroke marks kind of help a little bit, I think. To help tie the background in with the foreground. Yeah. Let's see. Let me do one thing. I think this might help things pop out. I just want to put a little reflection in all these guys' eyes, and I'll put some in your eye too. And I think that's good enough. That's good enough. What did we do today? 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 Today we took this painting that was a really nice background, and I had drawn these aliens and ducks, or duck, over it, and I just added color to it. I added the green. The background was really bothering me, or the underpainting was really bothering me, but I'm really happy with these colors. They seem to work. I had some trouble with that planet thing, but that came out about as good as it is. So, and a lot of times you can't force what you want to happen. So maybe you can if you have the skill, but it's nice to be able to paint and let yourself get lost in the painting and let the process take you to where the final piece needs to be. I think that's a good way of summing it up, all right? So anyway, thanks for checking in, guys. I know you've got better things to do than sit around and listen to me yammer, but I appreciate it. And if you create. If you paint. And just, if you can, do something wonderful today.